Oh, hello everybody, and I look like a ghost. I don't know why my webcam always does this. I get it all set up, and then I switch to a different view in OBS, and then it's like, you know what? All those settings that you fine-tuned in to get it to look right, we're just gonna forget that. I think that's a little bit better. Still a little snowy on the background. We can fix that. How's everybody doing today? I am flying solo because Lucas has a surprise today, I guess. Not a surprise for us, a surprise for him. He doesn't know what he's doing today. There we go. All right. I think I look okay now. How's everybody doing this wonderful Saturday? It's gorgeous outside. If you hear motorcycles driving by, I do apologize. My window is open because it is nice and cool and sunny and just very pleasant outdoors. All right, I'm actually going to drop the giveaway form in the chat right now for those of you who are here early because I'll probably forget if I don't do it. So there you go. That's for Wizzy to Orange's Singed Hat. And if you've already won one before, we will find out. If you hear a motorbike, blame it on Lucas. You know, it would be impressive if it was Lucas, because I live very far away from Lucas. That would be a very loud bike. All right, and people were talking about wanting music. This playlist says that it's royalty free, so we're gonna give it a shot. And I don't know how well you can. Ooh, not that one. We're doing things we've never done here before on stream. I don't know how well you can hear that. It should just be kind of softly in the background, not too loud. How's that? Get a little vibe going. Maybe a little bit too loud. Hi, Hoddle. All right. I think we're all dialed in here. We're going to keep working on what we did last time. And we're just gonna keep building. We were working on the raccoon quests. We kind of already got it established how it's gonna work. So we're doing a lot of copy and pasting today. It should be pretty simple. Let's make sure that giveaway form is working correctly. I see 2 responses. Only 2. I guess people don't really want to win anything today. Either that or most of you watching have already won something. All right. So, I found out we had used this blocker asset. And it turns out it's exclusive. This thing, blocker wall. I really like this asset, but I can't actually publish with it because it's an exclusive asset. I feel like we should make it basic, but I have to talk to Tibble about that. He's our head artist, art director. I don't remember what his actual title is. Mr. Sandbox, voxel style himself, Tibble Samar. Crypt258 is currently on a 65 stream streak. That is redonkulous. That's 2 months. That's 2 months of watching. I mean, it's if it's 1 stream a day, which is not even 1 stream a day, I don't think. If you leave and come back, does it add to the number? I would think that it only counts per stream. We already got a few orange hat winners in the chat here. Okay. Well, I will try to remember to put that giveaway form in the chat later on. Don't forget to share when we're live and stuff. You know, I should do that too. I always forget to do that. I've gotten comfortable in my old age. We gotta do a screenshot. What are we? We're gonna. We gotta get a good screenshot. We're gonna. Whoop. I've got one of these mice that has like a free flying wheel, so you can just whip it, and it just keeps going. Yeah. So sometimes I have to like catch it. Rigged to have that number of streams. Alright, let's make a cute screenshot here. These blocks are in the way. Actually, do I need those blocks there? Yeah, no, I need them there. All this for a screenshot. Gotta put the effort in. Alright, say something fun in the chat, and I'll put the chat in the screenshot. Let's get Hacker out of there. Play a game for fun. Let's just say some nice stuff real fast. And y'all get to be in the something fun. I knew somebody was gonna do that. Say hi, Mom. There we go. We got some heart-eyed doodles. Yeah, spam your emotes. What do we got? What do we got for emotes here? There we go. Fun fact, Lego minifigures have the largest population on Earth. You know, that's not that surprising given that I have like hundreds on my own, so I would guess distribute that across the population. At least as far as like humans. I would bet probably like little army figures, like the Green Army Men, or maybe even Barbies might have more. Just because Barbies have been around just as long. They are bigger though, so I don't know. All right, here we go. Smile. You just heard a motorbike, maybe it was Lucas. That's possible. All right. Oh, it helps if I spell Twitch right. All right. You don't know what to do. Do you know what to do? You gotta retweet. That's what you gotta do. Kicking my sandals under the desk here. All right, so we gotta build. So last time we had gotten this little quest to work. Thank you for the retweet, Tom Voxel. Imagine if he just walked in. That would be freaky because I've never told Lucas my address. That would be stalker level creepy. I mean, not the actually no, I would probably enjoy that. That would be like, oh man, I haven't seen you in 2 years. 2 years? Yeah, 2 years. I haven't been in the same room as Lucas since May or June, whenever NFT NYC was, 2022. So it's been a little while. And that would be a nice surprise. It's still creepy because I haven't told him where I live. And I am expecting company over today, later. A friend of mine from college is bringing her daughter over for a play date with my kids. And so we're going to go to the park, and I'm going to make quesadillas. All right, so we had Amanda, so you can talk to Wizzy the Green. He changes his animation when we talk to him. And we can accept a quest. And we can go and pick up this raccoon. And the raccoon will spawn over here. Now, what I want to make sure is that this still works in a multiplayer environment. So I'm going to turn on the multiplayer simulator. And I think the way I've set this up shouldn't make any difference, because this isn't a multiplayer quest. This is a single player quest. So the fact that everything is single player should be fine. But we will have to find that out by testing it out. So maybe in a bit, we get some more of these things in place, and we can test it out on the Game Maker Gallery. How's the music? Too loud? Too annoying? Can we good with it? I literally decided to do this music while we were in the warm-up, because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to keep talking the entire time. Nightbot says love and music. We're just going to pretend that and isn't there and say that Nightbot loves the music. Please don't use yellow paint markers on raccoons. Let people look for them, or add a marker with a 1.5 meter radius. I actually have a 1 point, or a 1 meter radius for the indicator. So I'm actually I'm on team yellow paint, because the yellow paint never hurt me. Now I wouldn't put yellow paint on the raccoon, but I might put yellow paint up here. Like these yellow mossy, or these green mossy spots, they could be yellow paint, and it could be up here to be like, oh hey, there's a climbable area up there. I'm fine with that. That doesn't hurt anybody. If you're hurt by it, then I think you need to get a little tougher. It's done differently in different games. So like the thing that is annoying to me is if you can't climb on everything, and you can't tell the difference between climbable and non-climbable surfaces. So Call of Duty is a lot of fun sometimes, depending on how you play it. And it has a lot of things that you can climb up on, but it has a lot of things that look like you should be able to climb up on them that you can't. The rules are very inconsistently applied, and I know they do that for like balancing reasons. They're trying to control where your lines of sight are, and make sure that the gameplay is somewhat balanced as far as, you know, you don't want people climbing up on everything and getting these vantage points that are ridiculous. Although I think that can be fun, and typically when there's like a high vantage point that you get onto to snipe or whatever, um, you also are putting yourself in danger by being up there because people will, like me, will remember where that spot is and see that you're there, and you're an easy target there. So the annoying thing though is there will be like a stack of crates, and you can climb up on one stack of crates, and then there's a stack of crates somewhere else, and they just go, nah, you don't need to climb up there. And there's no way to tell except by like jumping at it. And so then you run up to the surface and just keep on jumping and going, can I climb? Can I climb? And you can't climb. And you feel dumb, you look dumb, and then you just have to remember that that's not a climbable spot. And it's sometimes it's in weird spots too. Like I remember there was this was just like a week or two ago. I was trying to finish off the battle pass, and there was a little alleyway built like this, and there was a door, we'll say like this, and it's open though. It's open like this. Now, typically, and I think the alleyway is something more like this. I'm trying to give you the right shape of it so it makes sense. Okay, so we're gonna say that this is the open door here. Like that. So typically you can climb surfaces that are like at head level or slightly above. You reach up and you grab this ledge and you can climb over. And this is a spot where you can walk through, like that you can go all this way around. And at this height level you would expect to be able to climb up over this, and I tried to climb up over it and I couldn't. And it feels dumb because there's so many times that you encounter little head level walls that you can climb over in other parts of the game, and this specific one they just decided nah. So that's where I think yellow paint's actually really useful in saying like, yes, we want you to be able to climb this, because you either have a game like Breath of the Wild where you can literally climb on everything, and there's some surfaces that are slippery, some surfaces that are more grippy, and you can climb basically everything in that game. Just it's how much stamina you use and if it's raining or not. And then you have games like Far Cry, where Far Cry it doesn't use yellow paint usually, but they always use something like rope vines. That there'll be like little vines hanging on the edge, or climbing gear, like literally like ropes from like rock climbers, or a blue tarp. There's a lot of like blue tarps in I think in Far Cry, but also in other games I've seen blue tarps used a lot. I think blue tarps was actually Tomb Raider, one of the more recent ones. So those games have a lot of climbable surfaces, but they typically let you know that you can climb there. And there may be other places that you can climb to, but like the beaten path that they expect you to climb always has these surfaces on them. And then you get ones like Call of Duty where they're like, you can climb that and you can't climb that. And yes, they look the same. And yes, there's not really any reason that we're going to explain to you why you can't do climbing on that other surface when you can on that one. And that's just annoying. So yeah, I like yellow paint. Typically, and I feel like the people who get the most mad about yellow paint are not usually game designers. They're players who feel like you're insulting their intelligence. But what a lot of game developers have found is that if they don't put the yellow paint, then a lot of players are not intelligent, or at least not paying enough attention. And there are plenty of players who can figure that out, but there's a lot they lose a lot of players who are just like, this is too hard, I don't understand where I'm going. So the yellow paint can actually help retain players who might otherwise get frustrated and be like, I don't get this, and walk away. I think it was Portals where they recommended, like, not just watching the players play, like not just a screen recording of the players playing, but like watching, having like a camera pointed at their face to see their reaction and to see the confusion on their face, and then all of a sudden like, oh, I get it. And there were some things that they, like, no matter what they did, the players were just not getting a mechanic, and they're like, well, what if we put it like a big arrow pointing at it? And it worked. The players all of a sudden got it. The players felt smarter because they're like, oh, I figured it out, instead of getting frustrated. So it's you might not want to make it too obvious, and it depends on what kind of audience you're trying to reach. Are you trying to be like the Dark Souls of climbing parkour, or you trying to make it accessible and fun for a lot of people? And I mean, you'll probably see more success if you make it accessible and fun for a lot of people. More people will be able to play. Yeah, G says yellow paint exists in real life. Yeah, it definitely does. Helvetica and so-called super graphics exist, and we use them in motion pictures for good reason too. Yeah, absolutely. We have signs in real life. There's arrows. There's, you know, at a hospital, there's the colored lines on the wall that say, hey, you're trying to get to Green Wing, it's over this way. There's signs pointing places. It's a real life thing. People need directions. Not everybody is like intuitively knowing where everything is in their environment. And even if you put a sign, people will still not read it. I think I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. I don't know what exit number I live off of on the highway. I don't drive that much, but the places where I do drive are places I've been driving for years, and I just know where the things are. I don't need to know the exit number, and the exit number changed like, I think like 5-6 years ago. So I've not looked at the sign because I know where I live. I know where the exit is. I know what's before and after my exit. And I literally don't know what number my exit is anymore because they changed it, and I didn't really have a good memory of what it was before that either. Super graphics, Ion, or in Germany, giant wall size Helvetica sign saying go here. Yeah. Yeah, Helvetica is much loved for a lot of reasons, and also hated for the same reasons depending on who you talk to. All right, so we have got this raccoon. Let's check his. I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna use the replace function, so I don't have to like retype everything. If I can actually select him, there we go. We're gonna duplicate, and we're gonna make a love raccoon. Use this replace button here, and new asset is going to be love raccoon replace, and now he's there. We do need to change the message, he says, so we're going to change it to bandit dot love. I like Arial, and it gets shade for being Helvetica ripoff by my peers cohorts. See, I don't see any value in being a purist on fonts. I think like I haven't done a lot of types. I used to do a lot of typesetting, and so I could like recognize a lot of fonts or typefaces by sight, and I can still pick out some of them. But like the differences between Helvetica and Arial, maybe if I saw them side by side, I'd be able to pick them apart. But just like glancing at it, I don't think I can really tell anymore. Imagine caring that much about fonts. This is the one that they'll piss off a lot of people. I went to school for art. I have a certificate in graphic design that was like part of my degree, and I worked in print design and at a print shop for 6 years, something like that. I'm fine with Comic Sans. It's okay. It's not. It's like, yeah, I get it. There are a lot of situations where Comic Sans is not appropriate. You want to use the appropriate font for your situation, but there's lots of situations where Comic Sans is 100% fine. And yes, using Comic Sans to bother people, that is hilarious. I am in favor of font trolling 100%. Um, it's great. Yeah, don't put Comic Sans on your wedding invitation. Don't put it on your business card unless you're a clown. Um, if you're an actual comic artist, if you're just starting out as a comic artist, Comic Sans is probably fine. There are better comic book handwritten looking fonts than Comic Sans for that purpose. Um, but it's fine. Like if somebody's getting that upset about it, then their priorities in life are skewed. I do love like the SNL sketches about Papyrus. I think it was just what it was with um gosh, what's his name from the Blade Runner sequel, uh Barbie. I can't remember his name. Um Same, and have actually led type letters from OG typographers even. Um Ryan Gosling, thank you. All right. Let's duplicate this donut. Okay, and this is gonna spawn the love raccoon. Wait, why does it say what? Why does it have asset to spawn twice? Y'all saw that, right? That was weird. Okay. It like the interface glitched up. Bandit love. All right, I don't think we need to change anything else in there. Love the giant flower. Thank you. I had a lot of fun with that. Um, all these little like line details. It took forever to do all that, but I'm really happy with the way it came out. Kind of a mixture of graffiti and pixel art and like dithering ASCII kind of Commodore. Is that it's Commodore like predates me a bit, but like that kind of artwork. That's kind of what I was going for. The like ASCII art where they use like a different background color and a font color combined. Mistral. I don't think I've heard of Mistral before. If you see Mistral, it's a sign, signal the art department is on the floor. I'm guessing it's free, like no license. So they're like not that worried about it. All right. Was there anything else we need to change on this guy? We got the indicator, we got catch. Collect message. I think we basically just need to change the model and the message. And I think we're set up for everything else being the same. So we're going to hide this one in the little bushes here. I'm going to move the spawn point upstairs. I don't have to keep it on running through the whole apartment. Mistral LLM as my AI locally run chatbot. What? Is it also the name of a chatbot? Ta-da. All right, so this system seems to be working just fine. So we're gonna iterate it out quickly, ish. Duplicate. We're gonna reset the rotations. And we're just gonna do the whole set. So this one is end of year. And we're gonna, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more to do. Right. End of year. Birthday. Oh, yeah, we got 2 different birthday ones. Gold. It's spooky. Got night and battle. All right, we got all of our raccoons now. There's a model of LLM called Mistral. It's an 80s windsurfing vibes. Desktop publishing as graphic design days. And yes, free font introduced by Microsoft Paint Soft. It's considered very low effort. I want to see what this looks like. Oh, I've seen this before. Wikipedia says it's a casual script typeface. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of falls in like I don't know where I would use it. Like it does feel very like 90s business sign vibe or maybe movie poster. It kind of it's like I look handwritten, but not like old school cursive. It's like new school cursive. It's kind of nondescript sort of cursive. I mean, yeah, I guess it technically is cursive if you look at the Z. Yeah, no, I've definitely seen it before. Honestly, I think I've seen it in graphic design books before too. like early 2000s or late 90s books that kind of like held on into like the late 2000s when I went to college. Um, Actually, maybe not graphic design books, but definitely textbooks. I'm sure I've seen that on um like grammar and math textbooks. I feel like I probably definitely saw it on school textbooks. Um, I really like um, is it what's it called? Roboto New or Roboto Mono. So I do because I do so much with like URLs and uh, wallet addresses. I like using monotype faces because then all of the things line up straight. It goes good with Zoomies or whatever. Randy, Macho Man, Savage, and others. Where Zoomies? I associate Zoomies with skaters. All right, let's put that giveaway link back in the chat because we still only have 3 people. I guess we have a whole bunch of old school viewers here. We all have that. Gotta get some new viewers in here. So yeah, but so some of you who were here last time, you you might have heard me talking about like becoming a publisher in the sandbox, like as a landowner. If you have a whole bunch of land and you either aren't interested in building or you don't have time to build, um, basically all of the tools are here for you to publish somebody else's experience. Um, you can make an account that's a joint account so that way they can like update because they could transfer if they've already made an experience for like a game jam or just for fun. They can transfer that whole experience and all the assets with it to a joint account that you would both have access to, and you could control the wallet, so you could put the land in there, and then you can publish it for them, and they'll be able to see the analytics. They'll be able to update the experience. So, yeah, but like I said before, you definitely want a contract in place. Find a lawyer who can get you a cheap contract together, just so that way, it protects you and them. Um, Hopefully nobody's trying to take advantage of the other one. I would want to work with people that I trust. Um, but definitely like the opportunities there, and especially like so I it doesn't really benefit me because I'm staff, so I can't participate in the Builders Challenge. um, but for most of the rest of you, you're not staff, you're not an IP partner. So you can be a partner if you're like a partner studio, but you can't be like an IP like Smurfs or something like that. So that's why, like we see Tempest Studios and GATS and others that have like partner status, but that's because they are a verified builder studio, but they are not a partner IP. Um, so yeah, you could totally participate in the Builders Challenge this way, and uh, if you share it, then both you and whoever's built it can see the analytics, and as there's like a sand reward distribution, you can do a split on that. Um, that's why you want the contract to make sure that it's clear what the agreement is, what the payment schedule is, and what the percentage of the split is if you're doing like a 60-40 split or 50-50, whatever. um yeah, there's a lot of options there. And if you have the money for it, buy a bunch of common catalysts and mint a pass, and then make like a central hub, especially if you have like a 3x3 estate. Make a little hub in the middle, and advertise your games that are on advertise the games and advertise any space that's still open. Be like, hey, I can publish your game here. This is what our agreement looks like. Um, and have like the hub and like maybe the first game be free, and then have the pass be to access the other games, and be like, hey, you want access to 7 of these games? It's 5 sand or 10 sand. I'd buy that instantly. Um, and then have some sort of NFT drop. Like have you don't have to give away like sand. It doesn't have to be like play to earn rewards. But mint some equipment and do like a seasonal drop. Be like, hey, this is past season 1. We're doing like a raffle basically. So you buy the pass, you play these games, and we'll drop some assets to you. And it could be stuff you purchase off of the marketplace. It could be stuff that you make and mint. Mocha ID points incentivizes on our lands and working together like that will be big, I hope. Yeah, I need to like I didn't really get into Mocha. Like I minted the 2 that I could. I sold one pretty quickly because they were going for a good bit, and I held on to one for a really long time. Um, and like all the events were kind of in like Hong Kong and stuff. They seemed very like focused on the Eastern Hemisphere, and I wasn't really feeling like connected to the community there. So I ended up selling off the other one because the bid prices were just like really good. um, and I didn't really see a benefit to me hanging on to mine anymore. But I would like to look into the Mocha ID stuff more. Um, just because it seems like it sounds like we're going to try to do some integrations with Sandbox. Cause I mean, it's all in the Animoca family. So it seems like there's going to be some interesting stuff going on there. And, I may end up buying a Mocha back again one of these days. We'll see. Um, the only like blue chip thing that I'm hanging on to is my Clone X, just because I like the way it looks. I think it looks cool. I like being able to run around with it as my avatar. And uh, I've enjoyed most of the physical stuff that's come from there. I don't really. There's like the vest and the pants and all the socks and stuff, and like I don't really wear any of that stuff. It's like maybe someday. I wore the vest for Halloween. I basically it was like a Pokemon trainer for Halloween with my kids. So that's the only time that I wore the purple robot vest for that. But the hoodies are so freaking comfy. Um, I wish I could just buy more of those hoodies, even like without print, because they're just like such a nice material. They're really like thick and heavy, but they're not like too fluffy. Like it's not like what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like wow, words not happening today. Uh, they're just a really good material. Consider us partnered, Wizzyverse, United Grand Hall, Sandbox, etc. My mocha is our mocha. Yeah, I mean, I think Joe was thinking about talking to you about some of that stuff too. At some point, we've been between like everything that's happened the past like 4 months. It's been a little crazy around here. But we're kind of getting back into the swing of things. I mean, we never stopped working on stuff. It's just sometimes when you're busy working and you like trip and you're trying to keep running, it's like you're in that constant like, if I don't stop running, I'm gonna fall on my face. And we've been in kind of that trip run cycle for a few months here, but we're I think we're kind of recovering. our footing. So things are looking up. Um, something. This is kind of beans. I briefly mentioned this to Joe, and I think he's on board. But we do need to talk with Asteria Labs, who's doing the Wiziverse avatar mint page and stuff. For the longest time, we wanted to be on ETH mainnet because Polygon's not really respected on OpenSea. I don't know that we care about OpenSea anymore. Because OpenSea has shown that it's not, open, like the Sandbox still works with OpenSea and stuff, and like we try to, keep a good line of communication with them. But because OpenSea has not been really like holding the line with royalties and like enforcing them, I think that we might be looking more to what's the I can't remember what Yuga Labs has been working with. It's something garden. Somebody help me. Like the words in my brain not formulating. Game Jam Award winners will get 1-year Mocha ID points budget. What? Oh, for the Mocha Game Jam that's going on right now. What are we talking about? We're talking about Wiziverse. Uh, Yuga Labs has been Magic Eden. Thank you. Did I say Garden something? Because I think I was thinking Garden of Eden. Yeah, Magic Eden. So Magic Eden is supportive of enforcing royalties, and that's the thing. Like the one of the reasons Web3 and crypto art has been so why it's been attractive to artists is because of the enforced royalties, because it helps make sure that artists can keep building, and that like the crappy thing for artists is when you make a painting and it's really cool and somebody wants to buy it for like $500 and you're like, oh my god, that's an amazing sale, and then you become even more famous later on, and then they flip that painting for thousands of dollars, and you're just kind of like, oh well, I mean, you didn't do anything. You collected and you supported early, but it kind of it cuts the artist out, and then you've got, after the lifespan of the artist, you've got these paintings from the 60s and the 70s and the 80s selling for tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars, and their estate gets nothing. And so it's like, I don't think that collectors are bad necessarily, but it's unfortunate that so many artists struggle while their collectors can profit massively. And maybe the art world would be better if the artists could, afford to do more art. So how do you get eligible for diamonds with Magic Eden? I don't know what that means. I haven't checked out Magic Eden extensively yet, but I do know that they're trying to support royalty and not royalties, and Polygon is better supported there. One of the issues with Polygon and OpenSea, and one of the reasons I didn't want to do Polygon on OpenSea for the Wiziverse, is that if you airdrop something on Polygon, it's automatically hidden because they assume it's spam. And there has been a lot of spam on Polygon, but there's been a lot of spam on ETH too. And I think the spam situation on OpenSea hasn't really been well addressed. So I think if we can, we'll talk to Asteria Labs. We might be looking at moving the Wiziverse to Polygon, and maybe restricting it to platforms that support enforced royalties, because you could do things to like limit the ability to like be traded on platforms that don't respect royalty, like OpenSea. So that's a little bit of beans. Um, so these are the things that we're looking into, before it's too late to change them. You have to be an OG from the early days, otherwise no diamonds claimed. Yeah, I've never been on Magic Eden, so I don't think I'd have any diamonds. All right, we got all these raccoons. This is more of like a just chatting stream, but I like chatting. We're gonna change all these messages. So this one is end of year. This one is going to be present, or was like gift. This one's cake. Back to the beans. You plan to publish the avatars on Polygon, right? That's what I'm looking into. I think that one, we've always liked Polygon as a platform, like the not just the reduction in fees, but we think that the Polygon team is really good. And as the rest of the Sandbox moves to Polygon, it's like we want to be where the Sandbox is moving to. So it's not official yet. Like the contract for the Wizzyverse is basically already written, and I don't know how much is going to be involved in changing it to Polygon. I'm not a chain developer, so I don't actually know. But we will see. I'm going to talk to Asteria Labs and see if that's an option for us. What's this guy called? Knight. Yeah, and I mean, ultimately it comes down to like being more affordable for the community. I don't want people buying an avatar for, honestly, I don't remember what we said the sand price was. It's been a while since I've been poking around with our white paper. But even if it's like $100, $200 and then you're paying like a $30, $40, $50 gas fee, I don't think that's right. Publish code's very similar. Well, then hopefully we'll be able to get that going. All right, we got all our messages here. I think I'm gonna move this one. Ooh. Turn. You got the holidays. Oh, that's pretty close. No, that's too many places. There we go. I like aligning to the grid when I can. It's the whole point of having it be blocks. Polygon is leading RWA, DPIN, and other huge markets. See, I'm not I'm not that big of a crypto nerd. I have no idea what that means. This is what I have Joe around for. If you have a GPU. I think I might have one of those. Shame the auras aren't animated. So we can't do that. All of the avatars need to have the same animation sets because we keep on adding more animations as new features come out for the game. So, you know, we add swimming, we add crawling, crouching, sliding. At some point, we'll probably add more combat mechanics, more emotes. We're adding more dances. And we're going to see more different types of things being added. And it is a massive amount of work to add more animations to the set if the characters aren't conforming to the same template. So as soon as you start adding other nodes, that becomes another thing on the animation timeline, and you start having to like copy and paste little bits of animation and do that for so many different things. So all avatar projects for the Sandbox, for the time being at least, are all going to be with the same node set. So while like some might be large, some might be small, most are medium, the actual node structure is going to be the same on all of them. And so doing like extra little animations, while it'd be really super cool, is just not something that we are going to be supporting yet, at least. Pretty close with these. Just off by 1/100 of a meter. All right, so we've got these in position. We've got Santa. We've got Love. Let's do the birthday ones. So we got Gift. And Cake. Decentralized infrastructure networks. GPUs network like mining, but for using AI compute power. Ah. I use my GPU for other things. Half Monsters Inc. budget was spent on rendering. Yeah. Well, rendering's come a long way since Monsters Inc. though. That team made a tech that networks GPUs and offers. Yep. I remember I used to watch those behind the scenes things for Pixar movies all the time. There's actually Blender has a network. I think it's still up. I haven't looked into it for a while, but they were doing a network GPU thing where you could like connect your GPU and support the Blender render network, and then you could also use it yourself. Chip shortage is increasingly important. Any word on the 0.01 positioning offset when duplicating stuff in the game maker? Well, it's more than 0.01, isn't it? Like you hit duplicate and it's yeah, it's pretty significantly off. I mean, what I've asked for is that it just snaps to the grid. Make it off by 0.5 or a whole meter. Is it different each time? Oh, well, yeah, I think it's the same each time. Yeah. So it'll overlap that, but yeah, I'm not sure. I know multiple people, including myself, have requested that change. I'm not sure where exactly we'll see it. But there are, it's we're still making lots of changes. It depends on your viewing angle, does it? I never noticed that. Oh, you're right. Can you like go in a circle? Whoops. That's pretty funny. I never realized it was based on view angle. I guess it's based on view angle so that way you can always see it. But I just want it lined up to the grid. Like I can change my view angle a lot faster than I can move something. Also fix the hit area for the logic donuts, which is currently a 1 billion meter radius. What? The hit area. Oh, you mean being able to click over here. I know what you mean. Yeah. I'm not sure why it like floats off to the side instead of just being able to like click the middle of it. Like it's not that hard to click on it. But it is difficult to like click off of it. Like where does it? It seems like it's like right. Yeah. It's right about there. The gap between them. I don't know why it's so much larger than the thing. I mean, we'll make that note too. I'm sure, like you remember, there's a bunch of like staff level designers that work in house, so they all deal with the same things you deal with, but they're not the ones who are the coders modifying the stuff. So ain't nobody exaggerating here. Is it 1 billion tiny units? 1 billion 100 millionths of a meter. All right. So we've been talking a lot today. I actually need to finish up in about half an hour. So let's do the news with Panda. And when we get back, we're gonna do our giveaway winner. So we've got a few more people who have joined the giveaway. You got like 1 more minute to enter. So if you don't already have an orange hat, go ahead and enter. And I'll be back in just a couple minutes with the winner.
Hello and welcome to the news of the week. This week in Sandbox, let's first take a look at the events that are happening. The Game Maker Fun Builders Challenge. So if you have created an experience and you have land to publish it on, then make sure to be publishing that experience so you can be in for a chance to earn some amazing rewards. Make sure to go check out the Builders Challenge, and it's got loads of information to know all about eligibility and all of the important information. Space Invaders in Shibuya 109 is still ongoing until the 14th of March, and Love and Music Festival is also continuing up until March 28th. You need to collect 200 EP to be eligible to earn the rewards here. There are rewards for landowners, avatar owners, there are rewards for open to absolutely everyone. Do go check this one out. Some amazing experiences included here. Into the Unknown Game Jam is in full swing right now. You cannot register. Registrations have closed now. But do keep your eye on the events page for more game jams happening. And we have Vox Edit contest showing up on the events page right now. So we have the Vox Edit Easter contest. There is a regular category and a beginner category. All of the important information and dates are here, as well as brand new happening, as well as a live award ceremony to announce the results for this Vox Edit contest. So make sure to tune in then. You can click Learn More to go to the Medium article, which will give you a full rundown, as well as giving you some inspirational images if you need to be inspired over what to create for this contest. Other things happening within the sandbox. We do have the Hellboy Avatar Collection, so go check out the Hellboy Avatar Collection and mint your avatar. We also have the Magnificent Century. You'll be able to mint your avatar this week with this one. Now it's time for our mentions of the week, and we are going to start with, for our mentions of the week, we're going to start with an experience, which is Casino Season 1, made by Vox Machina Studios. So this experience is absolutely amazing. Great job with this, and definitely suggest you guys go check this experience out. And the second experience I'm going to mention, is the Packer Death Run experience. Go check out that experience, and it's by the Alpaca de Braz. Next up is an asset that is up on the marketplace. This is by Candy H. And it is the Gamer Girl Setup PC for 45 Sand. Absolutely amazing, so cute, love the detail here, absolutely fantastic. They also have numerous animations happening here. We've got things happening inside of the computer. Very well done on this asset, so go check that out. Next up is another asset, 69 Sand. This is an equipment. It is a headpiece, and it's by AU24K. It is the Butch the British Bulldog headgear. So much love and creativity has gone into this, and absolutely looks fantastic. Love the detail, love the drool coming out of his mouth. Then by Zero Game Studios, we have this little imp for 17 Sand. Absolutely adorable. Love this character. So cute. And then finally, we have the Wizard Game Buddy up for sale. 24 Sand for this one, created by Not Animated. So cute. And Not Animated actually recently just won the Bonkers Game Jam for their Game Buddy Forge. So definitely do go check out Game Buddy Forge. You can also check out the Game Jam award ceremony over on YouTube. Now for our artist mentions. So our first artist mention goes to Azim. They created this amazing setup. I believe they entered this for the Warriors Vox Edit mini contest. Really wanted to highlight this one just because I thought they had done a really good job at coordinating their entire equipment set. It looks very nice, well done. They've got some good shapes going on, especially with that sword. I really like the curve on the sword. They did a good job with that. So do go check out Azim. Our next artist mention goes to Polar Joy Art. I know we are already past Chinese New Year, but I really wanted to highlight this Chinese New Year asset that they had created. It's absolutely fantastic. The level of detail inside of this asset is just fantastic. This would have taken them so much time and effort to create this. So much detail in the whole of the body. Just, I was astounded. There's nothing else I can say to this. It is fantastic. Thank you for tuning in to our news of the week, and now back to your regular scheduled content.
And we're back. Hope we didn't lose any of you. Pump those chip tunes again. All right. So I ran the roll. We ended up having 14 entries. And the winner is Cyber Taiga. Congrats. I would tag you in the Twitch chat, but you don't show up. So I don't know if you're not here anymore. But I'll be sending you an orange hat in a bit. Thank you for playing. And I've got a couple to send out from the previous stream, so those will all be going out today. Also, yes, you. You don't show up when I try to tag you. Now you do. I don't know. I typed in @s, and the only thing that popped up was Sparky Snickle. All right. Setting up 2 new PCs and watching Twitch on the Fire TV stick. It's hard to type on there. Ah, okay. Well, congrats. Now I have finally gotten back around to putting giveaways on the Wizzyverse Discord. So for a while, like, we had stopped just because I was doing basically like 2 giveaways a day, and I was just getting burnt out. Plus, we had like some kind of shady behavior with people like making new accounts and stuff. Just like there's some sketchy stuff going on there. So I've actually changed the rules. The giveaways on the Wizzyverse Discord are only for people who have Wizzyverse items, which there's a lot of you on the Wizzyverse Discord. I think it's close to 300 people have the holder role out of like 1,000 people on the server. I think I posted how many it was actually. Not quite 300. 259 people have the holder role. So if you're on the Wizzyverse Discord, make sure to connect with Collabland, and that will give you access to the owner section or holder sections. The giveaways are exclusive to them because there are still other ways that you can get free giveaways. You can go to the stream. There's the channel point rewards. I think. I don't know if one's currently available, but every once in a while, Panda will open up so you could claim a Wizzy staff, or the Oak staff, which is one of the things that would get you the holder roll, and any of the hats that you win here on stream would get you the holder roll as well. And you can also always go and purchase stuff, and I'm going to be working on relisting a bunch of the items that have had their listings expire. So there are lots of ways to get that holder roll, including free ones. So I can officially say no purchase necessary. There are other options out there, but this way, at least it's people who like are kind of invested in the community. However they got the items that they have items, and I don't have to worry about making sure that you post like 30 times in the chat or anything like that. All right. Have the holder roll and can't join the giveaway. That's probably because you have the winner roll, meaning you already won something. Excuse me. So there are still about, I think, 78. I think I did the math. Yeah, there's 78 people with the holder roll who don't have the winner roll. Actually, so I haven't compared like exactly who has it and who doesn't have it, but because everybody who has the winner roll has been given an item, they're likely to also have the holder roll. It's not 100% exclusive because there are probably some people who won who didn't claim their holder roll, or people who have like given their item away and maybe lost the holder roll. But for the most part, there's at least like 80 people who are holders who have not won anything on the server yet. So if they once, I'm trying to think, what I'm probably going to do is I'll make it so that way, the way it is right now, everybody who has the equipment, like a hat or a staff or something, they all get just the holder roll. I'll probably make one specifically for the golden hat to say, if you have a golden hat, specifically for the black hat. If you already have a black hat, then you can't join for getting another black hat. But if you have a golden hat, then you'll be able to join. That's probably what I'm going to do. You really need the black hat. I don't know how expensive they are in secondary, but I am gonna change the rules so that way people who have the golden hat can. The thing is that I didn't want, because we were doing so many winners, I didn't want it to feel like people who had already just won were winning something else when there were still people who hadn't won anything. So I was trying to make it a little more fair to people who didn't. I mean, I guess it makes it not fair, right? I was trying to favor the people who hadn't won anything yet. OpenSea's being really slow. What's it doing? It's just chilling out. Um, Sorry, answering a message here. OpenSea, can you get it together? OpenSea heard me talking junk earlier and is now deciding to be super slow. Here we go. All right, black hat floor price is currently, oh wow, $107. Okay, y'all are wild, selling something I give away for free for $100. It does make me feel good. Be nice if I got some royalties on that, you know. But they're all layer one assets right now. All right, so let's finish putting this together real fast here. All these spawners here. So we've got the birthday ones, and then we need the parade. Is it called parade? What is it called? What's this guy? Oh, end of year. And he's gonna get end of year. And ghost. And then these ones will be the battle. And was it night? Co-host my Twitter space, former OpenSea. Wait, co-host my Twitter space, former OpenSea Chinese team, and surprising how small it is. Sorry, I'm having a hard time understanding. You co-hosted a Twitter space for former OpenSea Chinese team, and you were surprised by how small it was. Just bought Synology 923 NAS system. Oh, and 4 by 8 terabyte Seagate drives. So after all this data recovery, I have to deep dive into the Synology system and camera security. As if Murphy's Law strikes every time you have something important to do in IT. You know what I'm going through. So is this whole system for setting up like a security system, or you just need a security system because of how like expensive the setup is? I've got I've got a 1 8 terabyte hard drive, which is like my cold storage basically on my desktop, and then I've got a bunch of I've got a bunch of hard drives. Um, my tower is designed to it's designed to be like multi-use, like you can configure it different ways. But it has a lot of hard drive storage space, and I have a whole bunch of old hard drives, like external hard drives. So I just ripped them out of the cases and stacked them in. So I've actually got like 7 hard drives in there, I think. I've got 2 SSDs, which are my main. I have my operating system SSD and kind of like, C drive, all my files and stuff. And then I've got my D drive is like software install, so that's where like Call of Duty goes with all 150 gigs of it or whatever. Um, and all my other software installs, not all of them, but a bunch of them, my Steam stuff. And then I've got a bunch of old hard drives that I used to use for my laptop back in like college and stuff. That are just I've got like one for music, one for photography, one for other stuff. So uh, just a bunch of them. And then I've got the 8 terabyte drive, which is like after I do a video edit, I when I'm done doing a video edit, I move it off of the SSD onto there. And then if that ever fills up, I've got a Blu-ray burner. You host a weekly Twitter space for Mochaverse. You have a Chinese language segment. The host of the segment was part of OpenSea Chinese team, but is not an ApeCoin DAO steward for marketing comms. Stuff is in works with Sandbox ApeCoin, by the way. Oh, cool. All right. Let's make sure these all work. Oh, I guess I should have checked if they're the right ones. Oh, I didn't put the golden one in yet. Okay, they're all there except the gold one. It did that thing again. All right, one last test, and then we're going to throw this up on the gallery. And if somebody wants to hop in there with me, okay, we got band, the marching band, present, night, cake, Viking, gold, ghost, and okay, good. All right, we got to turn off the random roaming on these guys because that's going to mess with collision. Or we could at least turn collision off. No collision. They're just standing there. They're just standing there. They don't need health components. And what's proper Smurf doing? He doesn't need to be a healer. All right. So we're gonna save this. And if somebody wants to fire up Game Maker 0.9.11 and join me in Multiplayer Hub to make sure that the quest mechanics are working correctly. I'd really like to see a print-related game experience with printing presses for assets. Well, that would be cool. I have seen some stuff like that. Let's see. Short tangent here. Here we go. This one's by Sandboy. You can probably pick it up off the secondary market if you wanted. Great printing press asset. Sandboy is one of the best artists in the sandbox. I say that, as an artist in the sandbox and as his former boss. He works independently from me now. He actually runs most of the Avatar projects. So he did this, which is great. I love this. I don't know if the books are supposed to move around that way, but maybe that was some limitation in it. I never really noticed that before. I don't know if they always did that. Sometimes there's changes to the way the engine calculates movement. So we have had some animations get a little wonky before. Hoped you would have caught what I was saying. Wait. Do I know who this is? Cybertag says primarily it's for backing up all of my Photoshop documents and Premiere profiles. Some are really big, but it was also to run a smart home partition similar to a Raspberry Pi with IO Broker or RedNote. I can finally install my PoE cameras, point of entry cameras, and integrate them into my Unify system and add face recognition. When I'm done with that at the end of the month, the box edit and asset creation will be back on my agenda. Okay, I know who. Somebody I used to work with is in the chat. Somebody who knows a lot about printing. Which is funny because we were talking about fonts and printing earlier. So there's this. I did see somebody working on a project where they showed like the entire printing process. There's actually a printing mini game where you had to like mix, I think it was CMYK colors, or it was kind of like Simon, where you had to like get the colors in the right order, and if you did, then it would like print the thing, and that was part of the system. Synchronicity. Wait. This wasn't an experience that was published, as far as I know. It was an application for becoming a partner studio. So there may have been something like that. But if there was a game called Synchronicity, I don't think I played that. But yeah, there's all sorts of cool stuff people do. All right, so let's publish this. Share in the gallery. Bandit hunt. When bringing live streams back to YouTube? Soon, actually. The following situations could generate inconsistencies. Do you want to proceed? Actor concrete floor tile with single player policy. Has a child breeder goldfish with multiplayer policy. Oh. I think that's fine. I don't remember them being... Oh, multiplayer basic platform. Yeah. So that should be fine because it's just the up and down motion. And there's no collision on these things. Like, we really don't care if they're synchronized or not. If this does something weird, then we can just remove the platform part of the behavior. And we could actually, because they're... yeah, no, we would just leave it like that. Synchronicity about us discussing printer and this again. Oh, yeah. It all comes back to graphic design. All right, let's go to the gallery. Anybody loading this up? because I need to see if it works for you without it messing it up for me. So yeah, we are planning on bringing the streams back to YouTube soon, maybe other platforms as well. We have to get restreams set back up, but it looks like the Twitch rules are a bit relaxed now. There was the whole thing with Twitch saying you can't multi-stream at all, even if you're not affiliate, and we're like, okay, that's annoying. But I guess we might as well become affiliate if like we can't multi-stream anyway. We may as well be able to use like the Twitch points and stuff. And now it's looking like the rules allow multi-streaming. I've got too many other things on my mind that I don't care. I mean, I want as many people as possible. You know, if people want to watch on YouTube or whatever, that's fine. I don't think we'll be streaming on Facebook again because that always brought spam bots and like scammers. Facebook's just garbage. That's an official statement from me. I use Facebook Messenger to communicate with friends and family, and that's about it. I sometimes look at Facebook. Sometimes, very rarely. I used to use it for like event planning, and now I don't have time to like set up parties and stuff or like get-togethers. I just work all the time. So somebody get in here with me. Facebook is for boomers. I mean, it hurts because like Facebook was the first social media platform I really like got invested in. I had a MySpace, but I was homeschooled, so I didn't have a lot of friends on MySpace. So I never really like got into MySpace. It took me a lot longer to get into Twitter. It was just not something that I was into for a long time. But Twitter's where I've had the most like success, I guess you could say. Somebody get in here. Look for Bandit Hunt. Anybody? I just need one tester. First person to join me gets an oak staff. Let's do that. New Twitch term of service can multi-stream, but only Twitch chat can be displayed, so might need to be careful about discussing comments from YouTube. So if it can only be... We don't display the chat on screen. Like, I mean, there's the chat on Twitch anyway, so... We used to do the restream, like, multi-chat thing. I think that's so dumb. That's such a dumb rule, though. Like, all the Twitch rules are dumb lately. I was joining, but now I'll wait because I already have a staff. I'll send you another one. I'll do it. Oh, I see somebody's here. Somebody connected. Who's that? Who's here? Jar Jar Jackie Chan Binks, aka Yumalitox, on the Twitch chat. All right, Jar Jar. Can you? Was this one of the Blast Heads avatars? I really like what they did with the skeleton arms. I'm not big on camo fashion, but the pants look pretty good. But the bones are cool. You're kicking. What? You got like all custom dances. That's pretty cool. All right, Jar Jar, enough showing off your avatar. It's cool. We get it. I need to go buy a Blast Heads now. Can you start the quest by talking to Wizzy the Green? Where'd you go? Where are you? There you are. Talk to Wizzy the Green, start the quest, and start collecting the raccoons. Alright, I'm gonna talk to Wizzy the Green. Yeah, you got a big axe. I got weapons too. Actually, I don't think I own this. I think I wishlisted it. Alright, collect those raccoons. Let me know if you've done it. You been collecting them? I see you interacting over there. But it doesn't seem to be doing anything on my side, which is good. That's what we want. Because each quest is for each person. Alright, I'm going to collect some. Collision's off on all of these. It's good. Jar Jar, were you able to complete the quest? Are they grouped together? Because I don't have all. Oh, there's one hiding here. Jar Jar. Over here. My quest shows 9 of 9, but no completion. Because I never put in the completion thing. You're supposed to talk to Wizard the Green again to finish it. But I didn't set that part up yet. He just talks to you again. But that's okay. We'll go back and fix that later. All right. The main thing was making sure... Okay, good. You got all 9. The main thing was making sure that we could all get all 9 independently of each other. Because it is a multiplayer space. But I wanted each player to be able to complete that. So it works. The quest doesn't complete automatically. That's okay. We'll have a turn-in mechanic for it. And awesome. Yay! I got it right on the first try. Not bad for being rusty at this. Still actively helping people with these things, but sometimes like the nuances as you change from like 0.8 to 0.9. Sometimes some goofy things happen. There goes Lucas. All right. Well, I think we're going to call it a stream there. We will be back again on a Wednesday. I think Lucas should be back unless his surprise ends up with him, you know, in the middle of the Amazon rainforest with no cell phone. I don't know what this surprise is. I think his wife's kidnapping him or something. And also the fishes seem to be working okay. The fishes are working fine. So, yeah, thank you, everybody. Jar Jar, I will make sure to grab your wallet address. It should be the same as what I've sent stuff to you before. I'll double check previous giveaways. I'm assuming it didn't change. Just you know how to DM me. And that's that. I'm gonna go check for somebody to raid, see if anybody's playing the sandbox right now. And plants have collision. Yes, they do. But notice, these aren't grass. Also, this isn't a done experience. It's still very much being worked on. But yes, I know I left collision on. The thing is, does this grass have collision? Oh my god, it's literally unplayable. Joe would have a conniption fit. But also, this is out of bounds. You're not supposed to be able to get here. I'm gonna have to fix that. Turn the collision off on the grass. I was considering whether or not I wanted the grass or the plants up top to have collision or not. I think I'll turn it off just because they're kind of big, and if you're running along the side here, like you do run into them, and that's not so great. But yeah, it's not like the little stubble on grass that makes you go flying in the sky. So next week, technically next week, on Wednesday, we're gonna fill out some artwork down here, make the space more livable, finish up the garden up top, and we need to figure out that Smurfberry quest. I was considering doing like the bird for spawning those berries. Wait, no berries spawned. Oh, maybe that doesn't work for... Or maybe it didn't save? No, because I see the berries disappearing. You know, because we did it as a drop. Somebody probably already collected them. Who stole my berries? Alright. I can't sit. There we go. Alright. Starting streaming, play game for fun, starting streaming. Okay, well, let's go see if we can raid play game for fun. You gotta hurry, though. Because I am setting up the raid right now. So let's take a look. Who can we raid in the sandbox? Oh, I see Hodl. One of my dance animations only works on my screen. So we noticed that before, I think last week, that there were some dances that didn't, like sometimes you would dance on both screens, sometimes you would dance only on one screen. And it seems to be some sort of bug where it's having a hard time telling if you're doing the dance or not. There we go. At Hodl, I was raiding, meaning... Oh, Hodl's starting. Okay, yeah, let's raid Hodl. Go have fun with Hodl. Let's see. Raid. Hodl Hill. All right, go have fun with Hodl. I'm gonna go take my kids to the park and make some quesadillas, and I will see you on Wednesday. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.